every single year, whether it's when we get Jimmy Butler, draft Anthony Edwards, everyone's saying, this Wolves team's different. This year's going to be different. And now with the acquisition of Rudy Gobert, everyone's saying this year's going to be different. As someone who's been close to the team more than the average fan, why is this Wolves team going to be different this year, or are they?
Well, heck, if they're comparable to last year, that means 40 something wins, more than 45, 46 last year, right? So if it's close to last year, we would happily take it around here because the bar is so bleep and low, unfortunately. It's going to be different. And to me, I would bet the over on the Vegas over-under of, I haven't looked in the last 24 hours. I know it's fluctuated a bit, 48 and a half wins, 49 and a half wins. Even if it's 49 and a half, I would go over. I think they win 50, 51. I'm not suggesting 57 or 58, but I think Rudy Gobert is that much of a difference maker. I do believe they are going to need some time to figure things out, especially with, like tonight's game. Gobert isn't playing. My understanding was going back a few days, they thought they would get Gobert and Cat together tonight, then on Friday. Well, it turns out, Gobert, he'll be okay. He's going to be okay for Friday. He'll be okay for next week. But it turns out he can use a little bit more rest. I don't know if you noticed the last time he played, he was wearing a knee brace. Now, he's worn a knee brace in the past, but like you think about Eurobasket, the wear and tear, that is a high intense tournament, right? And so France making it all the way to the championship game, he played a lot of high level basketball throughout September, really, until he got here for training camp and had to scale things back down. But he'll be okay for next week. But I know Chris Finch was like really hoping to have Cat and Gobert together tonight and on Friday. So they will only have that one opportunity on Friday night to have those two guys play off of each other in an actual game instead of practice. So undoubtedly, it's going to take some time, especially that twosome, how they play off of each other. Now, they're going to be off the court, one or the other, many, many minutes. Like they're going to start the game. Okay, so for the first 7, 8-ish minutes, those two will be on the court. Certainly in the clutch, the final 4 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, 5 minutes. But there are going to be good chunks of the game, second quarter, middle of the third quarter, late third quarter, where one of those guys is off the floor. But they need to learn how to coexist, interact. It's going to take some time. But you look at that schedule, OKC, San Antonio 3 times, Utah, like these are teams that to me are going to tank. Now, maybe not the first month or so, but like those teams are aiming for the number 1 pick. And I can't fault them after watching the 7'5" Frenchman, right, on ESPN2 last week. I would be tanking too if I know I'm not a play-in team like Utah, OKC, San Antonio. I have every incentive to lose to give myself that 14% chance, the maximum chance I can get by losing as many games as possible. I want the 14% chance, not the 9%, not the 6%. Give me the 14% chance. I want the best chance possible at that 7'5" Frenchman. But like what I'm getting at is Cat and Gobert can overcome some of those warts, some of those hiccups, and still like win these games early. So like if it was a tougher start to the schedule, I might pause a little bit on 49 and a half. But because the schedule is so favorable early, to me, I think they win minimum 50. But like there are national media types. I'm going to catch up with Brian Windhorst at some point here later this week. I don't necessarily know where he stands. We've texted a little bit, but I haven't taken the temperature on him too much. But I saw John Hollinger, former Memphis Grizzlies front office exec, now writes for The Athletic. Mm-hmm. He's got the Wolves at 47 wins. I just don't know how you make an acquisition like Rudy Gobert and only go 1 win up from last year while maintaining Jaden McDaniels, D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, the other moves like Kyle Anderson's going to play a lot. That is a really nice free agent addition. Bryn Forbes is a nice free agent addition, especially in the minimum, right? Like, I just don't know how you make all those moves and only jump up 1 win. And I get it. You can make a case the Western Conference is better this year than it was last year. And it was really deep last year. So if you want to make a case that the schedule is that much tougher, fine. But I still think the Wolves absolutely jump up more than one win from last year when they won 46 games.